B ends in defeat for the worst Manchester United side in my lifetime. Arsenal fans are jubilant. They're buzzing. We're over the moon. Everyone's in the mud. We're all in the mud because we've gone back to third loser. And you're being proven wrongly. I'm being proven wrong because we're sat 17 points behind City, who are currently winning. Yeah, so proven wrong. The first half, oh my days. Wow-wee. Wow.
Can you hear? Can you hear? I have to say, Lee, I'm coming for you Tuesday, Lee. Lee, listen, I shouldn't have apologized, maybe. Did that out of courtesy, but you can see the pain. Why are you angry? You just won. Come on, Lee. Why are you angry, bruv? And he's hiding it behind laughter.
United side I've ever seen. To have 14 shots at the Emirates. Probably should have let Ronaldo take the penalty. Bruno Fernandes is going to have nightmares for the rest of his season over that. Kind of typifies his season. He's been trash. But let's not be fooled by this. That was a poor performance. It might look entertaining and like a basketball match, end to end. That was two really poor teams out there today. Two defenses that were absolutely shocking. Right, ball watching, not really flying into tackles, getting spun left, right, and centre. That's about both ends, by the way. And it was summed up by the goals. You could see in the goals, it was just comical defending for all of them.
Do you think Lee has a point here, people? I want your take on this. I've seen a lot of Gooners obviously happy with the win, but Lee isn't alone in this kind of, but it wasn't a great performance, therefore we shouldn't celebrate. And I don't know how I feel about that when it comes to the business end of the season. Now, if all of Arsenal's performances and all of their 19 wins, if they came this way, you get into that realm of, well, it is sustainable because you're winning a fair amount of games via these means, but they're not. The vast majority of Arsenal's wins this year, they've been the better team in the game. Maybe they've not been as good as you want them to be, but they've definitely been the better team in the game. What's your view on that, people?
And yeah, people have got giddy. People have got excited. People are getting over the top again. People are buzzing that we're going to finish fourth, blah, blah, blah. If anyone actually watched that game today and thinks that we're actually going to be able to compete in the Champions League, then sorry, you're too far gone, or you're lying. But before we get into actually the rest of the game, big up to everybody who's watching these fan cams. I don't care if you cry in the comments. I genuinely don't care because I'll be back again for the next game against West Ham. I'll be back again with the podcast tomorrow. I genuinely don't care. Arteta won an FA Cup and I'm still here. And I was in the mud then, apparently. Maybe that's why I look so fresh. Bathing in mud every single day. But big up to everyone who watched the watch along. Big up to everybody.
Love this guy, makes me die. Look, Lee is entitled to his opinions there, but goodness, how are you feeling after this game? It's a weird kind of feeling for me, a day later, really, because disappointed to win. I get where Lee's coming from. Arsenal weren't light years better than Man United. They were just more clinical. They took their chances and put things to bed. And again, I still sit in this in-between ground between what Lee's talking about and what, between what Lee's talking about and how I kind of feel about things, like how I sort of look at it, where I think Arsenal fans should celebrate winning yesterday, but again, not get too far kind of carried away. Now, speaking of carried away, let's take a look at what man like Ty had to say after the game just yesterday.
I don't know. It's hard. It's hard to say. But the question is, why didn't Ronaldo take it? And that's what I thought. I was shocked, and I was happy.
You hear that there? Do you know what stands out there? Man like big up Robbie and AFTV. Remember, the links for all these videos are in the description below. Always supporting the fan cam community network. This is what annoys me about yesterday's game, and I'm ranting now. Everyone knows I rate Bruno. We're going to get onto him a little bit later in the show. But why on God's green earth didn't Ronaldo take that penalty? I know Ronaldo has missed some in the past. Score that penalty, and I really feel with the trajectory that game was going in, Man United could have won. Now, that doesn't change our season. We're in the mud irrespective. But I just want to win some games. It's not even rocket science. Why do you want to win games? Just so I can watch matches a day and enjoy it? I don't know. I agree with Robbie and Ty there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was happy as well because if Ronaldo takes that, that's 2-2, and it's a different game. But then, listen, I wouldn't say redemption, but possibly people would say redemption for Granit. What a fantastic goal.
Brilliant goal.
You know, what a brilliant goal.
Great, fantastic strike, wasn't it?
Do you know what? I saw him get the ball and I just said, shoot, shoot. And he did. And what a goal.
Yeah.
Blasted
Brilliant.
it.
Yeah. But unfortunately for now, that's the nicest goal. But I have to go
here
on
he
the
goes.
rant. No, I have to go on the
He's
rant.
gonna rant.
No.
See that? It's like, do you know what's bad? Like, everyone's having a good time. This is what I mean, right? It's what I'd say about fans. You can tell by them gooners there. I think that's Helen, her name is. Just enjoying the moment. It's good to see.
Yeah, no, Greg, no. Listen, no, I'm happy. Yeah, I'm happy. But I have to say now, this is where the niceness got to win. I'm not really a gloater, but I'm going to gloat in the arrogant, the egotistical, the disrespectful, the dismissive, nasty Manchester United fans, not all of them, who were talking rubbish when they beat us at Old Trafford. They were in our faces. Well, we're in your face now. We're laughing at you because you deserve to be where you are. You deserve to be. And listen, this ain't all the Manchester United. It's the arrogant ones. They know who they are, who are talking rubbish after they beat us when we should be competing a double. So I laugh in your face. I laugh your disgrace, your disrespect. You are the disgrace of the week on the Bias Show now. Good for you. You deserve everything you get. Everything.
He's so gracious, isn't he?
You know, he is. Listen, and Ty's allowed to feel like that. Like at a real level, he's entitled to it, and that's being a football fan. And I keep saying this about the fan media, fan channel community. Too many fans are trying to become professional pundits. I've had people come on my shows recently who sit down and they have their legs crossed and their hands in their chest like this, and they speak about football like they're an English literature major doing a talk at Oxford University. It's like, bruv, you're a goddamn football fan. Be a goddamn football fan. Now, look, we couldn't do a show without looking at the GOAT when it comes to reactions here. And I want to move on to talking Bruno Fernandes. And let's take a little look here.
Fucking idiot. I told you. I've bloody told you. He's useless, mate. He's bloody useless. He's useless. Absolutely useless.
Look at GOLDBRIDGE's face. You can see the anguish. You can see the frustration. Of course, that's Bruno Fernandes' penalty miss. He's having an awful season. Started off so well with that hat trick. He's had a few good games in between. But as Man United have declined this year, Bruno has gone with them. Awful. He's been atrocious. And you just see what, on GOLDBRIDGE's face. This was our talisman for 18 months who got us through so many difficult moments, won us so many games, who now couldn't hit a cow's ass with a banjo.
He should never have took it. Never in a million years. I said it before the game. You can cheer that Maguire's been dropped. You can cheer that Rashford's been dropped. You can cheer that Wan-Bissaka's been dropped. He's very lucky to be starting games. And why he's the captain, I do not know.
Big message there. Bruno Fernandes, of course, being captain yesterday. What do people think of that? And interestingly, I want to take a look at some tweets that were put out yesterday. First one, friend of the football terrace, Aaron here says, oh, now people want to talk about Bruno. United fans are so typical, late with everything. They live week by week and never look ahead. This is what you wanted, right? The new Eric Cantona and that, right? Embarrassing is what's been said there. Liez, with people seriously think Ten Hag can save this guy. Unless he's got a PhD in the science of the brain, I'm not too hopeful. And of course, looking back at Aaron's there, just people are late to the party. And let me just say this about Bruno. I agree with GOLDBRIDGE. I don't think he should be in the team. If you go back to videos that Liez and I were doing in the studio back in December, I feel like Bruno should have been dropped in the same way Rashford had needed to be. He hasn't uplifted his game enough. Now, the big question is, who else comes in? Donny's not here. Juan Mata cannot do it. Maybe Lingard doesn't want to be at the football club. His attitude isn't great. He's out there leaking information and everything else. So you kind of find yourself in a situation where you think, well, who actually can step up into this void right now? Maybe that's playing into it a little bit. But in terms of people being late to the party, addressing what Aaron said and a few others, listen, I don't really like that take per se. I agree he should be out the team right now. But Bruno will be back. I disagree with Lies. I think in a confident team with a good structure, which Ten Hag will give us, I believe someone like Bruno Fernandes could be absolutely pivotal. I do. And the whole late to the party thing, and I watched Rance's show the other day, really good podcast, go check it out, where he was talking about like day-to-day fans, as in changing their opinions day-to-day, reactionary fans, week-by-week fans is very much what Aaron has just kind of alluded to there. I don't really think it's necessarily that. You know, I don't think, if I look at myself, I really like Bruno Fernandes. I love what he's done for us. I didn't, by the way, call him the new Eric Cantona as such. There were elements of the way he was impacting the team that were reminiscent, but nowhere near an Eric Cantona. But that doesn't mean you can't criticize him when he becomes bad. You know, we all get football opinions wrong as well. Some people maybe think this dip was never coming with Bruno. Some will say, I always told you it was coming. Equally, Aaron's someone that would, you know, back Donny van der Beek, backed Anthony Martial, and they haven't quite made it. The point I'm making here is this. It isn't that Aaron's wrong and I'm right, or Liège is wrong and I'm right. No one, not a single player at Man United has progressed and got better or maintained their form in 9 years. That's why I'm not out here overly getting at players. I don't think he should be in the team, but I'm not writing nearly anybody off. Yes, Juan Mata, Phil Jones, Matic because of his age, Lingard because he doesn't want to be here, Pogba because he doesn't want to be here. But the ones that want to be at the club, I'm not writing any of them off. Because the conditions they find themselves in, I'm very intrigued to see who rises their levels with a proper coach and a proper structure at the football club. I have to maintain that. And a great example was yesterday. Harry Maguire deserves to be dropped. He's been awful. Mistake. He has a day out of the team, and the mistakes at the back are identical. We've done this with people that wanted Pogba out the team. Whether Pogba plays or not, we're just as bad. Whether Bruno actually plays or not, we're just as bad. We don't get better. When Martial was here, play Martial, we'll be better. We weren't. Play Rashford, we'll be better. We weren't. Play Sancho on the left, we'll be better. We're not. Whatever we do, we don't get better. So is Bruno finished at Man United? No, not in my opinion. But I do agree with people that he is awful at the minute and he should most certainly be out of the Man United team. Now, I want your thoughts and I want your feelings. Make sure like buttons are being smashed. Make sure you're subscribed. This is another episode of the Fan Channel Reaction Show. Until next time, my people, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you soon.